Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Clone Wars, you guys. Oh my goodness, season 3 has been insane so far and I have really been enjoying it. So if you're joining me early today, you already know what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, alright guys, last episode, since I am watching in the release order instead of the chronological order, which I know a lot of you warned me on, and I am starting to see why you suggested it that way. Because when they just kind of like drop you into, like, the timeline's very back and forth. And after a while, you're like, oh, I see what they're doing here now. But it does take me a little while, so apologies for that. So last time, we had this really good episode that took place before the finale of, was it season 1? Or season 2, I can't remember, but the one where the Senate's being held hostage and everything. And actually, last episode took place after that. So the one before that, we saw they got the plans for the Senate building, and last time was after they had freed Zillo. And I want to take a minute to just mourn Zillo, because he did not deserve to die that way. I loved Zillo, and I'm so sad he's gone. I think that after this point, we're going to stop, like, time hopping a lot. I feel like from this point on is what I'm hearing from people. It's going to be a little bit less jumpy. And I'll be honest, that almost kind of makes me sad now, because at least I had hope when we were jumping back and forth to be able to see Zillo in, like, an episode that took place before this or something. But now I feel like I'm genuinely just never going to get to see him again. And I don't feel very good about that. I loved Zillo. I don't know why Zillo had to die. But he was playing a dangerous game, and it caught up with him for sure. I also have been told that the character in the last episode, I think, was from a comic series, perhaps, was from like another series, and they decided to bring him in and do an episode that had him in it. So for people who were fans of that must have been so cool to like have an animated version of this character you've been following for a while. So I don't know anything about the character, you know, from the comics or anything like that, but from what I saw in the last episode, really, really fun, cool character. Would love it if they popped up again. So yeah, guys. So I'm in mourning. I should have worn, like, you know, like when you see in the movies when somebody, like, they have like the veil and they're like in mourning, wearing all black and everything. Poor Zillo. He thought she loved him. I was so ready to ship them. So sad, guys. But yeah, season 3 has been really, really good so far. Even with all the jumping, it's been fun to like fill in the blanks of things that were happening and going on. And honestly, I just think the episodes themselves have just been really, really, really good. So I do think, I'm hoping now I'm a little bit more current, except that I won't get to see Zillo again. Actually, he's heaven. I don't. We won't get into that. But poor Zillo. But I am thinking that we're a little bit more current now, so I'm guessing we're gonna stop jumping around, unless like we have a few eps to go before we're just in one timeline. Please. But yeah, guys, really, really loving the season. I just think they're killing it. Like, everything I loved about the first 2 seasons, I feel like they're just, like, kicking it up now in season 3. So I'm excited to jump into more. What do you say we go ahead and get started on this next episode of Clone Wars? Let's go.
What we cannot afford is to be irresponsible. The Republic is near bankruptcy due to the cost of this war.
They're spread pretty thin. We know that. We know we've had this discussion before.
Members of the Senate.
Oh boy. Come on, Padme. Come on.
More. Say nothing of fiscal responsibility. What about moral responsibility? Hasn't this war gone on long enough?
You can't negotiate with those animals. Keep the war going.
Well, with an attitude like that, you can't. Oh,
Members of the
Ahsoka.
Senate,
So
I suggest
young.
we table
Billions for us.
I tried my best to push the bill through.
You did your part, Representative.
A lot of people profiting off war
I
here.
thought a galactic senate is unlikely to deregulate the banks until this war hits home.
What exactly are you proposing?
Oh no. Don't tell me.
Expected bloodshed on Coruscant.
Oh, this is some
Coruscant.
nasty
Coruscant has not been
stuff.
attacked in over 1,000.
Don't involve me in this.
Do we have some new looks?
Solution is the only way out of this morass of war.
That's not my role, Padme.
Why not? Why isn't it your
Oh.
role? Aren't we Jedi Knights? Isn't it our duty to speak our minds to advise the Chancellor?
I suggest you teach my young Padawan a thing or two about politics.
After today's debate, I was hoping she learned a great deal.
Almost nothing about why we're fighting in the first place.
War's complicated, Ahsoka, but let me simplify. The
Okay.
Separatists believe the Republic is corrupt, but they're wrong, and we have to restore order.
Maybe talking to the Jedi Council isn't the role for you after all.
Oh, dang.
Come on, Ahsoka.
I mean, I personally was.
Sure about politics.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, some sisterly bonding through learning about the wonderful world of politics. I was just trying to give a highlight reel.
Sure that my representatives in the Republic are relying on you, General. See that your droids
Oh, good.
their mission.
Oh, good. Oh, great. Great. I feel a coughing spell coming on.
The Separatists used to be a part of the Republic. I was close with many of the
Right.
senators who left. I may not agree with them, but they're more than pawns.
If you think
There's
negotiating
more
is
to
the right
this.
thing to do, let's talk to her. Well, Master Skywalker and I hold what we call aggressive negotiations all the time. It's a shame you can't hold more peaceful talks when you want.
You just gave me an
It's
idea.
so. Look at
Which gives you special
Ahsoka.
clearance.
Right?
And Jedi
Yes.
are allowed to travel to neutral worlds like Mandalore, where we could then board a cargo ship to a Separatist system.
Are you suggesting I use my status as a Jedi to smuggle you behind enemy lines?
Welcome to
Just Get us
politics.
through to meet with her.
Relax. I'll help you. Besides, Master Skywalker said you should teach me about politics.
This is politics.
You two have more in common than you think. It's no wonder you get along so well.
Of course,
Splash!
Where are we heading?
Praxis.
Oh, there's so many reasons why I love that scene.
To be the ultimate infiltration units. Some of you may not return. Actually,
Is he
none of
giving
you
them
will
a...
return.
Oh, we're doing this.
Is that clear?
Giving them a soldier pep talk. Oh no. I'm very scared about what... Oh! Ah, they're allowed to count like little turtles.
Ahsoka,
Ah.
this is Mina Bonteri. She was my mentor when I was growing up on Naboo.
A
Wow.
separatist?
Well, of course, my dear. What were you expecting? Now come. I have a passport waiting.
Someone more evil, it sounds like. I mean, you know, Anakin was like, they're bad, we're good. It's about all you need to know. So this is certainly going to kind of shake that perception up a little bit for Ahsoka.
Come.
May I?
I can handle it.
Yeah, she's, oh dear. But there's an awful lot of like, she's going to learn. She's going to learn they're just people.
Would it surprise you to know that many of the people you call separatists feel the same way about the Republic and the Jedi? Lux's father was like that.
Maybe I could speak with him.
If only you could.
Oh no.
A year ago next week, he was setting up a base on Argonar when clones attacked. My husband fought bravely in self-defense, but was killed.
Wow.
I'm the first Jedi you've ever met, aren't I?
Oh. We're really,
Yes.
breaking down some
Not so
barriers
bad, am I?
here. Oh, I think maybe he's thinking definitely not so bad. That's what he's thinking.
Well,
Ugh.
these boys are the same whether
She's-
they're Republic or Separatist.
Oh, Ahsoka! Sassy teenage Ahsoka.
Have you met?
What?
Well, I mean, you think we're all the bad guys, but how many of us have you actually met? And droids don't count.
Oh, well.
Other than military officers like Grievous and Ventress, none, I guess. You and your mother are the first.
Well, look at me. Am I so bad?
Whose dirty hand in all of this?
He's just the leader of the Senate. He's not the leader of the entire universe.
Oh, I forgot. You actually admire the man.
You'll never entirely agree on Dooku.
Many of the delegates are undecided as to what to do.
How interesting. You would find the Separatist Parliament in a similar dilemma.
I am certain if you
Interesting.
could convince your representatives to extend an olive branch of peace towards the Republic, there might be enough sympathy in the Senate to finally open negotiations.
Yes,
admire
that
your
would be
spirit, Padme.
nice. That would be
I can at least
nice.
put the motion on the floor.
Thank you,
Just
Nina.
just
That's all
plant
I
the
ask.
idea. Couldn't Padme get in a lot of trouble for doing this? I feel like Padme could get in a lot of trouble for doing this. If anyone found out.
I move that we immediately open peace negotiations with Chancellor Palpatine on Coruscant.
And some people are
Never allow
bored.
this to happen.
The voice vote is required. All
Okay.
in favor of initiating peace negotiations with the Galactic Republic, say aye.
There's a lot of eyes. There's a lot of
All
eyes.
those opposed.
Nay.
And there's some nays. Oh, this one individual's like very passionate.
I assure you, gentlemen, your worries are gravely exaggerated.
How can you be sure this
Eh.
groundswell of peace won't continue? Where is the attack we were promised?
We need fighting to feed the machine and our profits.
After
Oh
our
dear.
attack, the chances of peace will disappear. The banking clan, the Trade Federation, and the Techno Union will all get their fair share. And then some.
Oh, and you know what's sad about this is at the end of the day, it's really Palpatine running both sides.
I've been to
Leaders, come in. Commence phase 2.
Someone get this man some tussin.
Security.
We would be remiss, if not irresponsible, to reject the Separatist proposal.
Of course.
An end to the fighting would mean
Ah.
continuing to borrow money for more clones. If I might speak with you confidentially.
Oh, please
I know
don't,
that
please
this is
don't,
sincere. I've
don't.
been in contact with my old friend Mina Bonfire,
Ah!
and the origin of the proposal is with her.
No, they're gonna kill her. Okay, the turtle droids turned out to be much more than turtles.
Dooku promised he would stop this vote.
You may
And
enter
he's
the
about
vote.
to. Because they're gonna make an attack on. Oh no, we were that close to a chance for peace! No! Oh, guys, war. War sucks.
Has been confirmed as a separatist attack. They must pay for what they have done.
Goodbye, peace.
Congress that issued the Bill of Peace.
Obviously a tactic to lower our defenses and launch this attack.
They're gonna.
No, that's
It
not
was
true.
not. It wasn't. But you.
We must deregulate the banks.
This mother over here with his. I guess there's no choice. Oh, Padme. It wasn't her fault she was this close. She was this close, and so many people on the other side felt the same way. And now Anakin's gonna be like, well, I told you they were bad. What did I tell you?
I'm sorry your talks with Bonteri failed.
How did you know?
We have eyes and ears everywhere, Ahsoka. That was dangerous and careless going to Raxus. Not to mention illegal. You went.
And he's flicking right.
You would do the same. You do the same all the time.
This
Yep.
was too much.
Maybe so.
Co-
But I did realize
Because-
something. The politics of this war are not as black and white as I once thought they were.
No. So you got through to her. You got through to her, Padme. Mission complete. That Ahsoka learned a lesson. All right, guys. That was such a good episode. To be honest, I had never really stopped and thought about the Separatists ever. And I think maybe that's a lot of the problem on the show as well. Is just you get so caught up in war and trying to, especially like coming from the Republic side, like they are spread very, very thin in every way, with like resources, with money, with everything. And you're probably just thinking so much about like keeping your head above water and like not getting, not having more casualties and damage and like losing, that it probably gets really easy just to kind of lose sight of the fact that like the Separatists, a lot of the Separatists, like I didn't know that. Coming in like either I forgot a lot of stuff that I saw in the movies, or it just was not addressed as much. But the fact that like there were people that Padme knew, and like her mentor ended up becoming a Separatist, and the whole thing about like they can't even talk now. They can't even like hold a meeting with Separatists because that legitimizes the Separatist cause or whatever. You're at war with the Separatists, so their cause is already pretty legitimate. But like I will, oh my god, I don't know if I'm right about this, but I would bet cash money that Palpatine came up with that rule, because if they can't ever talk to each other, they can never achieve peace. And we know he just wants to keep it going. He's playing the long game here, using this all to his advantage, so one day he can just take over everything. I'm so done with Palpatine. It's crazy to think he's playing both sides so perfectly. It's really crazy. And they were like that close to at least talking about it. We can't for sure say that it would have ultimately led to peace. But both sides were, a lot of people were very, very, very open to it. If that many people were that open to it on both sides, it's really saying something. It's really saying something. So sad. And of course, it's so easy to spin it as like, well, they extended the hand of friendship to take us off guard so they could make this attack. Oh no, I'm so done with Palpatine. I wish that Zillo beast had eaten him. You know how many times a day I wish that the Zillo beast had eaten him? It's a lot. Surprising amount of thought given to that. And you guys know, like, and so much of the point of the show is like, things aren't all black and white, and violence isn't always the answer, but guys, I straight up just need Palpatine to get eaten. It's just what I need at this time. So much pain would have been avoided. So much pain. All right, let's talk about the new looks. Because, guys, I did not think that Anakin could get better looking. But then there it is. Loving the new looks. I think I had heard that like a couple people get new looks at some point in season 3, and I think that Obi-Wan maybe is going to also. So I feel like Ahsoka's older now. I don't know if we're actually supposed to have had like a time jump here, but I feel like she was like preteen and now she's like teen. Which really, when you think about it, or maybe she was like 13 or 14 and now she's like 15 or 16. Am I right or am I wrong? Probably wrong. But I liked that we actually really got to see the world through her eyes and see that, like, their Senate meetings or whatever meetings, Parliament meetings, did not look all that different. The actual individual people were not all that different. A lot of the things they were feeling about the war were not all that different. I had never, ever, ever stopped and thought about anything with the Separatists. Ever. I'm glad they had this episode then. Wow, guys. Wow. And I think it says a lot about war that typically it's when you're thinking about who you're at war with, you're actually thinking about a military group. And the rest of the actual group of people, you'll be very surprised to see the similarities between yourself and this group. God, that's such a thing in so many of the shows I'm watching too. If you watch a lot of shows with me, you're probably gonna something's gonna spark in your head right off the bat, oh my God, yes, that reminds me of this. I won't say it because I would die before I gave a spoiler for another series. But yeah, it's a topic that's brought up a lot because it's pretty relatable, guys. It's pretty relatable. Honestly, just even seeing just in recent years, just seeing, kind of two people who were close and now on two separate sides discussing how in the world could you support said leader. There's a lot of relatability in that, is all I'm going to say. There's a lot of relatability. So, art imitates life and all that good stuff. But yeah, Ahsoka learned about politics. She learned about politics. And I think she learned a really important lesson that it's not that simple. It is not that simple. Although, to be fair, and Anakin looked like he agreed. He looked at Padme you did good. You taught her well. But on the other hand, he was the one who was kind of really oversimplifying it in the first place at the beginning of this episode. So maybe Padme's a better teacher on stuff like that than Anakin is. It's a good thing that she went and spent some time with big sis Padme. I say this all the time. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to live in the part of the multiverse where none of the bad stuff ever happened and they just all lived happily together, and Ahsoka just got to be a proud auntie to Luke and Leia, and everything was great and fine, and Palpatine got eaten by the Zillo beast. I'm going to live in that part of the multiverse, please. And thank you. All right, guys, this is going to devolve into madness, so I will wrap it up. But yeah, that was a great episode. Really got me thinking. We see the clones die so much, and it's so jarring to me. And to hear somebody say that their loved one was killed by clones, I'm like, whoa. Now there's looking at it from another perspective. All right, guys. Loved it. I hope you loved watching along with me. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.